tell us a bit about your story. You're a very eclectic guy. I mean, you're from Georgia. You've gone to school at Princeton. You've studied Hinduism. You've studied Islam. I mean, just reading your bio, it's like, this guy's been all over the place. Tell us a bit about who Dr. Timothy Craig Tennent is.
Well, I was born in Georgia, and very early on, I happened to grow up in an exclusively Jewish neighborhood in Atlanta. I was the only Gentile in the neighborhood.
Wow.
And so they called me Goyim, and I was like the local, Gentile boy. But I guess from the very beginning, I was formed by what it was like to be an other, someone other than the surrounding communities. I was a minority in my community, of course, and went to an all-Jewish school and took Jewish girls to the prom and so forth, because that was my life. And so I had a real interest in learning about the world, about other people. And the Lord opened up a lot of wonderful doors to work and serve in India. I have a great love for India, especially North India. And so that opened up a lot of doors for me. So that brought me into kind of the field of missions and of thinking about things cross-culturally. And that led me through my life. I never actually thought about my career like a plan to do anything. I was a pastor, and I was going to be a pastor till I died. But then things opened up and exploded. Next thing I was in Nigeria, and one led to another. I needed another degree. I go back to school. So things kept happening. And I actually said to someone recently, I know it sounds bizarre to say this, but I've actually never in my life applied for a job. Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
I've never applied for a job in my life. Every job came to me, and I realized, I guess this is the next step. So, I wasn't going to be at Gordon Conwell until I died. I never dreamed I'd be at Asbury. But things just came along, and next thing I know, I'm answering the call of God. So I'd love to say I had some big, plan. There was no plan. It all just kind of unfolded haphazard way, and here I am.
So, okay, so you did a PhD in non-Western Christianity at the University of Edinburgh, but yet you did a THM in Islam. Is that right? In ecumenics. That's right. I was going to say eurythmics, but that's not right. It's ecumenics.
Well, I was working in India already before I went to Princeton, and I had a real burden for what could be done in universities in Africa. So the organization IICS, it's now called Global Scholars, International Institute of Christian Studies in those days, Daryl McCarthy, they contacted me and said, would you be interested in teaching in Africa? And so one led to another, going to Nigeria, and I wanted to learn more about African Islam. So the whole thing at Princeton was to learn about African Islam. But later, when that kind of all blew up and I ended up back in the US, my real heart was always in India. So I decided on the doctoral level to pursue Hinduism and try to better understand why the church had so many problems propagating in India. What were the barriers? And that got me into missiology. And I had a wonderful opportunity to study in Scotland. So we were there for 3 years. I had a great time. That's when I came to Gordon Conwell after that.
Wow.